PDP. Your Excellency, our leader, distinguished members of the National Working Committee, respected elders of our great party, members of the Board of Trustees, esteemed stakeholders of our great party, today marks another significant turning point in the life of our great party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. We have come together not merely to inaugurate a new Board of Trustees, but to renew our faith in the ideals that give birth to this great political family. For justice, fairness, inclusivity, and respect for the rule of law. The PDP was not just another political organization. When it was founded, it was a national movement, a coalition of dreams that build on the belief that democracy must unite rather than divide it, to build rather than to break, and to serve rather than to dominate. It was this conviction that made the PDP a household name in the pride of Nigerian democratic journey. But in recent time, we have faced storms that have tested the strength of our foundation. We have seen internal challenge, leadership dispute, and decisions that regrettably drifted away from the very principle that once set us apart. The previous Board of Trustees, led by Senator Adams Wabara, sadly lost moral balance in spite of that noble institution. The suspension by the Abia State chapter of our party over anti-party activities was a difficult but necessary step. The credibility of the leadership had become heavily questioned, and its continued rule of national advisory manners became untenable. As a result, the board that was meant to be a moral compass of our party became divided and ineffective. This vacuum of moral guidance was further compounded by the action of the then suspended national chairman, Ambassador Umar Iliya Damagum, whose leadership regrettably chose convenience over the Constitution and personal loyalty over the rules of law. Instead of enforcing valid judicial pronouncement and respect to the authority of the courts, the administration obtained and preferred to protect individuals who had clearly violated the rules of the party. This dangerous trend weakened our moral standing and pushed our great party to a point of deep internal disillusionment. When any political party begins to disregard its own constitution and laws, it loses very soul that holds it together. This was the painful reality we faced, and it led inevitably to the decision by 3 concerned members and leaders of our party to seek judicial redress. Their decision was not born out of anger or ambition, but out of love for the PDP and concern for its survival. In their profound reflection, titled, "Why We Went to Court," the struggle to save PDP from itself, they capture the essence of their action in these immoral words. We acted not to destroy, but to redeem, not to divide, but to heal. Those words are not just a defense. They are a call to conscience for all of us. For too long, impunity become culture and internal democracy become an afterthought. An afterthought, valid court judgments were ignored. Expelled individuals continued to act in defense of the law, and our silence made us complicit. But today, we have reached the point of renewal. The judgment of the Federal High Court was not an attack on the PDP. It was a reminder that no constitution is greater than the law. It was a wake-up call, a call to return to our roots, to restore order, and to reawaken the values that was meant PDP, the pride of Africa. This Board of Trustees is not just a statutory organ. It is a symbol of rebirth and represents our collective decision to return the PDP to its moral center. The board will once again serve as the conscience and compass of this great party, offering a guidance, this courage and wisdom and impartiality. To the members of the board, this is not a reward to loyalty. It is a sacrifice and trust. The responsibility before you is enormous. To speak the truth, to power, to defend justice, and to ensure that the PDP remains a home for all Nigerians. Your voice must be a voice of unity. Your advice must be rooted in fairness, and your action must inspire confidence in our collective future. We must also be honest with ourselves. The decay we are correcting today did not start yesterday. It began when we abandoned the principle of zoning before the 2015 election. It began when we allowed ambition to override equity, and when we ignore the crisis of reason from within our ranks. The consequences of this decision still haunt us till today. But God, in His wisdom, has given us another chance, a second chance, to rebuild. The opportunity before us today is one of restoration, reconciliation, and renewal. And I stand before you as your acting national chairman of our great party, I, Abdurrahman Mohammed Takushara, to every members of this great party, that under this new leadership, the PDP will never again be held hostage by impunity, manipulation, or disregard for its own constitution. We will rebuild this party with transparency. We will respect court judgment and rules of law. We will conduct our congresses with fairness and integrity. We will restore public trust and make the PDP once again the moral voice of Nigerian democracy. We cannot continue to hide under the old excuse that matters are internal affairs. Internal affairs must still operate under the Constitution and order. Party autonomy cannot mean lawlessness. We must reform or we risk irrelevance. Therefore, let this meeting mark the beginning of a new era, an era where conscience leaders were united and replaced division, and where respect for the rule of law becomes our political culture. Let history record that when the PDP stood at the edge of the precipice, men and women of goodwill rose to pull it back. Let it be written that we choose reform over rebellion, truth over silence and principle over politics. Therefore, together we can heal our party together. We can rebuild the trust of our members together. We can restore the PDP as the true hope for Nigerian democracy. Under my leadership as acting chairman of our great party, PDP, we are going to work with the new BoT chairman and members of the BoT to make sure that we bring everybody back to our great party, PDP. We thank you for the advices, and we are going to consult with other stakeholders across the 36 states and FCT for them to understand that we are members of PDP and we have no other party than PDP. And we are going to remain in PDP and work for the success and progress of our great party, PDP. With this, members of the press, after we had our meeting with the members of BoTs across the 36 states and FCT, which the BoT members have nominated distinguished Senator Mau Ohabuha as the chairman of Board of Trustees of our great party, PDP, who was elected as chairman of Board of Trustees of our great party, PDP. And also, Honorable Isa Dansidi, elected as Secretary of the Board of Trustees of our great party. With this, we are charging you with the responsibility of looking into activities of the party and liaise with the members of National Working Committee based on the constitution of the party and the rule of law of our country, Nigeria. With this, I want to call, and it has been sworn in by, it will be sworn in immediately. Before that, I will call on the chairman of the Board of Trustees to hear his, after the swearing in, he will now make his acceptance speech. Thank you very much.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the People's Democratic Party. I shall discharge my duties to the best of my ability. Faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the party. And always in the interest of the integrity. Solidarity. Advancement. Well-being and prosperity of the party. And of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to pursue. Enhance and achieve the aims and objectives. Of the party as contained in its constitution. And manifesto. That I shall not allow my personal interest. To influence my official decision. That in all circumstances. I shall do right to all the members of the party. And to all manner of people. According to law without fear or favor. Affection or evil. That I shall not directly or indirectly communicate. Or reveal to any person. Any matter which shall become known to me. As an officer of this party. Except as required.
Except as may be required.
For the due discharge of my duties.
For the due discharge of my duties.
And that I shall devote myself.
And that I shall devote myself.
To the services.
To the services.
And well-being.
And well-being.
Of the people of Nigeria.
Of the people of Nigeria.
So help me God.
I, Honorable Escalates,
do solemnly swear.
And affirm.
That I will be faithful. And bear true allegiance of the People's Democratic Party. I shall discharge my duties. To the best of my ability. Faithfully. And in accordance with the Constitution of the party.
And
always in the interest of the integrity.
And always in the interest of the integrity.
Solidarity.
Advancement.
Well-being and prosperity of the party.
Well-being and prosperity of the party.
And the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive.
To pursue.
Enhance and achieve. The aims and objectives of the party. As contained in its constitution. And manifesto. That I shall not allow any personal interest. To influence my official decision. That in all circumstances. I shall do right to all the members. Of this great party. And to all manner of people. According to the law without fear of favor. Affection or evil. That I shall not directly or indirectly communicate. Reveal to any person. Any matter which shall become known. To me as an officer of this party. Except as may be required. For the due discharge of my duties. And that I shall devote myself. To the services. And well-being. Of the people of Nigeria. So help me God.
Sign and you'll capture it.
Sign so that.
Yeah.
Our leader, His Excellency Chief Jim Ifeanyi Obodo, Ayamu, G, former governors here present, particularly the former governor of Benue State and my own former governor, the governor of Abia State. Distinguished former deputy governor of Kogi, my good friend, former deputy governor of Delta State, distinguished members of BoT. I want to most sincerely thank the Almighty God for this great opportunity and for leading us today. And I go further to thank you for unanimously and overwhelmingly electing me and the secretary as the chairman and BoT of our great party. It is very clear that in the morning, you will definitely know a day that will be a good day. And from what has happened here today, it shows that we belong to the party that believes in upholding the constitution of this great party. Because what we have done today is in tandem and in line with the constitution, the policy, the decisions of our party. I am from Abia State, Southeast. The former BoT chairman is from Abia State, Southeast. And in keeping with the rules, you have elected me today to take that position. I want to thank you. And also thank you on behalf of the Secretary, who is also from the Northwest, some part of this country, the geopolitical zone, that also produced the outgone of the former Secretary of BoT. And I believe that if we continue in this way, in keeping with our Constitution, tenets abiding by our rules and regulations, our party will definitely be the party that it is known for. Why people could think that what is happening in PDP started today, I want to state that it didn't start today. Because at the point we started disobeying flagrantly our Constitution, our rules, that was when we started declining to today. Don't forget that this party, in its Constitution, policy, and decision, has said that any time you leave this party, when you come back, you go behind. But we found out that people who leave, come back, they either become presidential candidates or gubernatorial candidates. People might be keeping it, but there is a day that it will explode because you wouldn't know you're sitting on a keg of gunpowder. And that's what has happened to this state, to this party, because people were acting with impunity. But thank God that today we've realized our mistakes and we are here to correct it. So I want to thank you, my colleagues, for this, for electing us, for finding us worthy. And I want to assure you on behalf of the Secretary that this trust you have placed on us today will not be misplaced. We will recover PDP. PDP is one of the parties you find in every nook and cranny of this country. So we want to assure you that we'll recover this PDP. The BoT is the conscience of the party, is the compass of the party. And if we've been keeping to this, we won't get to where we are today. But what I assure you that this BoT, by the grace of God, under my leadership, will definitely be the true and true conscience of this party. Okay, so I want to thank you again. And you know that while the press was away, we took decisions at the business of the day. And I want to take your permission to read the communique of this meeting. Communique issued at the end of the meeting of the newly reconstituted Board of Trustees, BoT of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, held on Friday, November 8, 2025. The newly reconstituted Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, at its inaugural and emergency meeting held today, Friday, November 8, 2025 in Abuja, deliberated extensively on the recent developments within the party, particularly the implications of the landmark judgment of the Federal High Court and the forthcoming National Convention, and resolved as follows. 1, the BoT reaffirms that the PDP remains one indivisible, united, and democratic family, firmly committed to the ideals of justice, equity, and progress, the founding ethos of our great party. The BoT recognizes the authority of all legally constituted organs of this party and reiterates its confidence in the ongoing efforts to restore internal order, discipline, and constitutional adherence in line with the judgment of the Federal High Court delivered here in Abuja on October 31st, 2025. 2, the BoT directs all organs and officers of the party to ensure full and immediate compliance with the said judgment. The board commends the judiciary for its courage and professionalism in upholding the supremacy of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, the Electoral Act, the INEC guidelines, and the PDP Constitution, which remain the guiding instruments of our internal democracy. 3, the BoT affirms its support for the conduct of a credible, transparent, and inclusive national convention, provided all pre-convention processes strictly adhere to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, the Electoral Act, the INEC guidelines, the party's constitution, and the judicial pronouncement of the Federal High Court on October 31st, 2025. The BoT emphasizes that no process or organ of the party should act in contempt of court. We're a law-abiding organization, so we cannot be in contempt, or outside constitutional provision, as such actions will render subsequent outcomes null and void. Furthermore, the BoT reaffirms that the judgment of the Federal High Court remains superior and weightier in law than the interim order of any other court, any other state court, including the Oyo State High Court. In view of the fact that the Federal High Court judgment has been appealed, prudence and respect for judicial processes demand that the proposed National Convention be postponed until the Court of Appeal delivers its decision or judgment. That is the way to go. In recognition of its statutory role, the newly reconstituted board pledges to serve as the conscience and stabilizing moral compass of this party, ensuring that fairness, justice, and internal harmony guide all actions of the leadership at every level. The BoT shall actively mediate among stakeholders, promote inclusivity, and prevent divisive tendencies that threaten party cohesion, as looked by our leader, who had asked that every means to bring peace should be explored. 5, the board noted that the immediate past BoT chairman, Senator Adolph Nwabara, the secretary, Senator Ahmed McCarthy, haven't publicly taken positions in the ongoing intra-party crisis, can no longer continue to serve in their previous capacities in order to preserve the neutrality, integrity, and moral authority of the BoT, which is actually the mandate of the BoT, which should be the mandate of the BoT. Accordingly, the board unanimously, as you have witnessed, my appointment, I unanimously approved my election as the chairman of this reconstituted BoT, and my brother and friend, Honorable Issa Dansidi, as the secretary to replace the former officers. The meeting further expressed appreciation to the outgoing officers for their past services to the party and wish them well in their future endeavors as party members. The BoT commends all stakeholders for their resilience and continued faith in the party, despite recent challenges, which we will overcome shortly. It calls on every member to continue to act with maturity, mutual respect, and shared commitment to the unity and progress of our great party. The board reaffirms that genuine reconciliation and cooperation remain the bedrock of sustainable peace and collective advancement within our party. Number 7, the BoT reiterates its commitment to strengthening the internal democratic culture of our party, promoting transparency, inclusiveness, and institutional respect. The board affirms that only through adherence to the Constitution of our party, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, the electoral guidelines, and mutual respect, can the PDP continue to serve as the true custodian of Nigerian democratic ideals. Conclusion. The Board of Trustees call on all leaders, members and supporters and lovers of this great party across Nigeria and in diaspora to close ranks and uphold constitutionalism and work collectively towards a successful national convention that will further consolidate the unity and credibility of our party. The BoT pledges to continuously uphold its sacred responsibility as the conscience of this great party, speaking truth to power, speaking truth with fairness, guiding with integrity, and ensuring that our great party remains a beacon of democracy and hope for our country, Nigeria. Long live the People Democratic Party of Nigeria. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and long live the Board of Trustees of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.